this video, we're going to talk about how to say how far one place is from another. So we're talking about distance between 2 points. And the word, kind of the star of the video today, is li. And it looks like this. It's a kind of a fun-looking character. It's pronounced li. And the formula for how to talk about the distance between 2 places is place 1 plus li to place 2 plus distance. Now, distance can be an adjective like far or close, just saying these 2 places are close to each other or these 2 places are far from each other. Or it can be an actual number, like the distance is 2 miles or whatever. So it's in a sense, it's a little bit easier than English, because in English we tend to say from here to there. We could say the distance between 2 places, but what we're actually saying is like a more direct translation to this would be from point A to point B is 5 miles or is very close. Or we also could say point A is very close to point B. But the way in Chinese it works is we don't say in that word order. It's place 1 plus li, place 2. So it's kind of like, it's like here, distance from place 1, distance from place 2, and then an adjective or a number. Okay, here, let's look at a couple examples. We have 你家, this is a question, 你家离超市多远? Now, there's a couple things I need to explain here. First, 你家, you might know that by now, that's your home. 离, of course, is this distance from thing. And then 超市 means supermarket. And then 多远, I'm not sure how much we've talked about this. Yuan means far. Sorry, I didn't point this out. Yuan is far. Jin is close. So those are 2 important words to know when learning this structure, because they're the words that come up over and over again. It's either close or far. And then 多, you might remember, before an adjective, makes it into a question of degree. So 多远 means how far. So this is how you ask how far something is from another. So it's a very important question to know. 多远, how far? 你家离超市多远? How far is your home from the supermarket? And here we have a statement that's kind of similar. It's just we're changing the noun here. 我家离公司, this is company. Usually like the company where someone works. In context, it would be like this. 我家离公司很近. My home 离 my company 很近. 很近 is very close. So my home is very close to the company I work at, is probably the idea being shared here. 洛杉矶. These are 2 places here. We have 2 cities. We have Los Angeles, 洛杉矶, and 纽约, meaning New York. But however, one good little thing to know is if you say New York in China, most people are going to think about New York City. A lot of people don't even know that New York is a state. So basically, if you want to clarify New York State, then you need to say New York State. Otherwise, just assume that everyone thinks you're talking about New York City. And of course, you can clarify New York City too, 纽约市, which is fine. But people are going to understand this. If you don't explain, they're going to understand you talking about New York City and assume that's what you mean rather than the other way around. 洛杉矶离纽约, and here we have a number, 2789英里. 英里 is English li, which means mile. So there are Los Angeles is 2,789 miles from New York. And I want to point out too that it is possible to put a little, some people like to put a little yo right here, which means has. And so that's possible in either of these, in this question, 你家离超市有多远, or just 你家离超市多远. And in the same way, we could put it right here, because this is kind of like the answer to that question. How far? Obviously, it's not the same nouns, the same places, but you could also say 洛杉矶离纽约有2789英里. All right, there we have it. That is how. Oh, a couple of comments about this structure. it can also be used, this li structure, the exactly same grammar, the structure, can be used to talk about length between two times, like two moments in time, two events, the length of time between two events. It can also talk about some more abstract ideas like the distance, I didn't put it, the distance between two, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my notes and trying to read at the same time. It's not working very well. It's some more abstract ideas about the abstract distance between two ideas or something like that. But basically, the thing that you need to know first and kind of get deep in there is just this is the distance between two places, 2 points. But those 2 points can be a little bit more abstract as well. Okay, so there we have it. This is how to say distance between 2 points. Hey, now we're going to talk about how to say to do something together. So essentially the together phrase, the word for together is 一起. 一起. All right, so what we need in order to make a together phrase, like the to do something together, we need a plural subject or a subject that has like a and in it, like this and this. So two separate subjects that come together to make a compound subject. Or we need a with phrase, and I'll give you an example of all of these. Okay, so here we go. We have a plural subject. 我们 we. 我们晚上 in the evening. So we in the evening. 一起 together 吃饭吧. So what does that mean in real English? Let's eat together this evening. Or how about we eat together this evening? Might be a little bit better translation. 我们晚上一起吃饭吧. Does that make sense? So the 一起 goes, we have a time phrase here and an 一起 together phrase. Notice the time phrase goes first and then the 一起. So 一起 will be closer to the verb. 一起 together is an adverb describing how the action is happening. Here we have John and Sally. I actually know a couple that is John and Sally. So they're, it's kind of classic from the children's book couple here. John and Sally 经常一起玩. Oop, I need a little tone mark there. Aw, a little one doesn't have a tone mark. Aw. Okay, John and Sally 经常一起玩. So that's John and Sally. 经常 means often. 一起玩 means to play, but it doesn't always translate into play in English. Kids play in English, but people usually hang out, go have fun, that kind of thing. So by people I mean bigger people. John and Sally 经常一起玩 or 玩, either way is fine. Here we have this is an example of a plural subject. This is like two singulars coming together to make a compound subject. And then this is a single subject, but it has a with phrase. I don't even remember if we've talked about with yet. If we haven't, we'll get there. But here we have 谁要跟我? 跟我 means with me. So who wants to with me? 一起 together 唱歌. 谁要跟我一起唱歌? And this it means who wants to sing with me. Now I want to point out something here. In English, the saying with me and together in the same sentence sounds awkward. Like if you say, who wants to sing with me together? That we would either say, who wants to sing together or who wants to sing with me? We wouldn't put those two in the same sentence. In Chinese, it's perfectly fine to put those two. In fact, it sounds very Chinese. Now, it's not necessary. You can separate them. You can say 谁要跟我唱歌, or you can also say 谁要一起唱歌, and they're both, that's fine as well. But this adds like a layer of, I don't know, emphasis is the way to say it. It just makes it feel more full, and it's a perfectly fine way to say it in Chinese. So in English, it wouldn't translate well. I did say you need a with phrase, but actually 谁要一起唱歌, that who wants to sing together actually could be like a singular subject, and it would work because it makes sense. All right, and then lastly, I wanted to just point out, this is not to do something together, this is just being together. How do you say to be together? And this is how you say it. This sentence means we are together. 我们在一起. We are, so it's a location phrase. 在 where? 一起 together. I mean, I guess it's essentially a location phrase. I'm not sure, but it has at least the grammar of a 在哪里?在一起. So we are together. 我们在一起. Okay, that's how you say for people to be together. All right, that is it. That is how to say 一起, a very great word to know, and it's really helpful for life. So hope you are doing well. Keep up the good work.